It's a new day, which means more Stalker 2 news and updates. We got some new responses from the dev team about this. Will Bloodsucker's health get a nerf? Will the day and night cycle be adjusted in the future? And can we do anything at all with the weapons that have a durability less than 40%? And even more updates about the AI and A Life 2.0. But also, we got some really good news today on how well Stalker 2 is actually performing. Check it out right here. 1 million copies of Stalker 2 have been sold. Thank you to all friends. This was posted by GSC Community Manager right here. And it seems like people are very happy. But people were wondering, can someone please explain what this means for GSC and how actually good is 1 million copies for a AAA game? What does it mean exactly? And yeah, consider it to be a lot. There was discussion on how much the game sold. Did it sell at least 60 million in one day? And some people assess that maybe it sold 30 million because you got to consider fees. But overall, things are looking very, very good right now for Stalker 2. I mean, clearly, even without the sales numbers, you can see how well it is doing with the concurrent numbers on the Steam charts. We keep also hitting new 24-hour peaks. So yeah, again, we are going to be heading into the weekend, so I'm going to keep you guys updated on where those numbers go here. But we also got to get into these questions that were asked out on the official Discord, and we got a ton of answers, as you could clearly see. And I want to start here with the discussion around the day and night cycle. It seems like players feel like the nighttime just takes way too long to get through, and the daytime is just too short. Check it out right here on the official Discord. It says there will be a revision to day and night cycle, or is this how you imagined the length? Here's a response from the dev team. This is the intended duration, and you could see by the downvotes, players were not happy by this response whatsoever. But hold up, GSC did take notice, and it was a response also to what you're seeing right here, which is the flashlight. Check it out right here. It says, is there plans to improve or buff the flashlight? The game is extremely dark as is, and I feel like you can't see 5 feet in front of you even with it on. It makes trying to be stealthy very hard at night, especially when the enemies feel like they have night vision, and is made worse by the very weird timing of cycles for day and night. Here's the response. We're also receiving a lot of feedback on the complex issue of night visibility and the overall day-night cycle. Rest assured, we're not ignoring these concerns. The team is aware of them. In general, we're actively discussing the aspects stalkers find unsatisfactory and exploring the best ways to improve your experience. And as you can see, the response here is much better, which I think GSC Game World, they don't want to like ruffle too many feathers with the responses. So they were quick to actually kind of address this instead of being like, hey, it's just as intended. So I do think we will be seeing those adjustments to a lot of this stuff. And the discussion definitely continued out on the subreddit as well. We have the short days are what's killing my runs at the moment. Feels like as soon as I explore one place, it's dark again. Do you guys also feel like the game is too dark overall at nighttime? Here's the thing. I just think it's more of a flashlight issue. I want the game to remain dark, like actual nighttime. I don't want them to go in and brighten the game too much. I would actually be bummed by that, but maybe they could provide options in that regard. But I just think they should be very, very careful with actually adjusting the nighttime itself to make it too bright. Then I really think players would be complaining about an unrealistic nighttime experience. But you do need to see what you are doing, of course. But the problem with the day and night cycle also extends into the AI. It's not just about the visuals. For example, right here, it says days are definitely way too short. Wouldn't it be as bad if the flashlight was better and AI accuracy wasn't so good in the dark? I'm seeing discussions cropping up about how the AI is just too accurate against player stealth mechanics. Like they spot you right when you are in a bush and they will laser focus in on you. This is something that definitely also needs to be fine-tuned as well. But mentioning systems that need to be adjusted, we need to talk about the bloodsuckers and their health pool. Check it out. Will bloodsuckers' health be nerfed? They're literally bullet sponges, maybe increased damage, but lower health? Here's a response. I've noticed this question being raised often lately. Please rest assured that we're actively monitoring the feedback regarding mutant health balance. It seems like modders are already taking the situation into their own hands and fixing the issue, nerfing the bloodsucker's health pool through these mods. So yeah, I'll try to throw the link in the description down below So you can download that mod if you want that sort of adjustment. But the mod scene is already alive and well right now for Stalker 2. And I'm sure that also the dev team is kind of like honing in onto the mod scene and seeing what is popular and what isn't. And perhaps they will make official adjustments based on what you guys are like actively downloading from Nexus mods. But yeah, we also got to discuss the broken weapons throughout the zone. And I mean the literal durability being like less than 40%. This was another hot topic out on the Discord. Check it out. It says this: is there something we will be able to do with the red durability less than 40% weapons, disassemble for parts or whatnot, as currently the only option I see is to repair them, then sell at a net coupon loss. The existing setup makes sense if you find a broken weapon you'd like to use of AKs and Vipers that you find along the way. Feels a bit of a shame to just throw them away. And the response is not planned at the moment. Some downvotes here. So the response is kind of all over the place with this one, but it seems like many of you guys are interested in doing a little bit more with those type of weapons. And there's also some strange things happening with inventory management. Check it out. So every time I'm selling weapons, for example, the item in my inventory reset their position. Like the items are not in the same place I placed them. I want to be organized, but every time I sell something, it just resets. Is it a bug or am I doing something wrong? And the answer is this: I will report this issue. Thanks. So at least they are aware of this currently, and it looks like they're looking into it. So if you're really flustered by this, hopefully in the next few patches, they can get to it. Yeah, but when exactly are these patches going to be dropping? Here's the question here. Can we expect the patch with all the fixes this week or next one? And the response is working to get the hot fix patch fast. Once we are 100% sure when it'll be ready, I will get the update. So no exact ETA or time frame on this one, but you got to remember what they've been saying. They really want to do those fast-paced hot fixes first, get the most important things nailed down, and then much bigger updates eventually. It's just going to take time. And it seems like there's a lot of players that want some adjustments and new updates to the PDA, to the map system as well. Check it out. Are you going to be increasing the number of markers I can put on the map? I'd like to mark a lot. And with only 10, well, sad face. And the answer is this: thanks for your feedback. We will discuss the suggestion. This is the first time I see someone who wants to increase the limit, though. If someone else also thinks it is a good idea, would be glad if you react with the answer. And it got 800 upvotes. So it seems like overall, from what I'm seeing, community definitely wants to add more markers to the PDA, to the map system. Let me know if you guys are in the same boat. And once again, they revisited the topic of the A-Life 2.0 feature being called out. Hey, why did you remove even a mention of the feature from the Steam page? And they didn't exactly remove the feature. They did clarify by saying, hey, the wording seemed to be a bit confusing, and a lot of newcomers just don't know what A-Life 2.0 is. So we kind of made it more understandable for the newcomers, but it did not seem to be something malicious that they were doing. They also did mention that they are currently working on that right now. It seems like they're going into overtime mode with that. And it seems like the A-Life system is actually present in the game code, as some data miners went into the game code itself, and you can clearly see the A-Life function there. But if you look at this code, you can clearly see what did them in is that they actually have it for some reason called EA Life. EA Life. It's in the game. You just can't make this stuff up at all. And what is going on with those memory leaks? It says, are you guys aware of the massive memory leaks happening right now? Are they being fixed? And do you guys have a recommendation on how to counter it now? And the response is this, that they plan to investigate this, and you can submit your reports to support.stalker2.com. So if you want to do that, you can go for it, or you can kind of get ahead of this and head on over to Nexus mod and download a lot of the optimization packs going on there. I believe some of them adjust some of the memory leak issues as well, potentially. But right now, they're rolling out so many optimization and performance mods. I highly recommend, if you are having problems at all, head on over there, because there are some really cool solutions going on currently. And that's why I love the modding community. And I guess we've stumbled into that time again to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. I could end up reading it in a future video, so let's take a look-see. So we have, they need to fix a stealth. You can't even hide or use brush and bushes to camo yourself, and they can see you through it no matter what, and also during the night. Yeah, It's a big problem. And again, a lot of these systems are just kind of like underwhelming and underdeveloped. There's reasons for it, but hopefully we can all be somewhat patient here and have them fix the game. And I have seen some players that have kind of like stopped playing the game currently and they're backing off of it until the game is fixed, and I don't blame them, honestly. Well, what do we got here? It says this: I think the worst is that instead of a life, the game just randomly spawns enemies 2 feet in front of you, and it can't be completely random, and it's very frequent. I cleared an area and was looting when the game decided to spawn 4 soldiers out of thin air on my head. After reloading the save, the game instead spawned 3 friendly stalkers. Now, stalkers also don't seem to be interacting with the world. They are not looting or picking up anything. Sometimes those spawns are a bloodsucker or 2 of them, which actually take way too much damage, and your chances to shoot them are so slim because they're so low to the ground nowadays. Random spawn 2 feet in front of you are my biggest issues with the game. You do not see anything coming your way, not like in the old game where you can scout and plan ahead. Nothing exists until you get close enough to it or trigger a spawn by interacting with location. This is the biggest issue to me, and I hope they can somehow address it. Enemy spawns are way too frequent and way too close. I saw a pack of rats appear out of thin air in the middle of the road also. Dude, 2 bloodsuckers is just way too much. I would be running for my life. And then we have performance aside. The AI is really hurting the game for me the most. It's terrible. You clear a base fighting for your life just to have another wave spawn in as you're trying to loot. Wildly frustrating and immersion breaking. Still having a good time in the zone though. It's interesting you guys are mentioning the AI and talking about how they just like pop up and appear for you guys. Another issue that I'm facing is that they're kind of just like, when they interact with each other, I've watched them as well if they're in a battle with each other, and sometimes they're just dumb. I'm just gonna say they have their back facing of the conflict and they're getting shot blatantly by a shotgun in the back, barely reacting to it. That sort of thing for me personally is definitely immersion breaking. AI overall needs a major tune-up for sure. But there it is. Thank you all so much for the comments, for sticking with me and watching my videos. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Stay tuned here for more Stalker 2 news and updates. I have you guys covered, and I hope to actually venture into a little bit of Path of Exile 2 as well. Let me know if you guys are hyped for that one or not, but they revealed some really cool stuff recently. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.